the world is shocked about the recent federal action restricting the issuance of immigrant visas for citizens of 75 countries.
The administration is suspending the processing of visa applications for citizens from 75 countries. That includes green cards, fiancé visas, and certain kinds of work visas.
Today, we break down exactly what this policy means and explain how it affects three major groups. 1. People who already applied and have pending cases. 2. People who already have immigrant visas issued. 3. People who have upcoming interviews or are expecting visa issuance. So without any further delay, let's get straight to the point. Understanding what immigrant visas actually are. The first thing you need to understand is that the term immigrant visa does not mean all visas in general. The word visa can refer to many categories: tourist visas, student visas, work visas, or others. However, immigrant visas are a very specific category. An immigrant visa only refers to a permanent residency visa, meaning a visa that allows someone to come to the United States to live here permanently and eventually become a lawful permanent resident, commonly known as a green card holder. Here's how it normally works. A person goes through a U.S. immigration process, often through family sponsorship, employment sponsorship, or other qualifying categories. Once approved, they are issued an immigrant visa at a U.S. consulate abroad. That visa allows them to enter the United States and become a permanent resident immediately upon arrival. So when we talk about this ban, we are only talking about that permanent residency category. This ban does not apply to non-immigrant visas like tourist visas, B1, B2, student visas, F1, temporary work visas, H1B, L1, etc., cultural exchange visas, J1, and similar categories. Those categories may have their own restrictions depending on the country, but they are not part of this specific immigrant visa suspension. Who is affected? Breaking down the three groups. Now let's go deeper into the groups most people are asking about. Group 1, people with pending immigrant visa applications. If you have already filed an immigrant visa petition and it is still pending, meaning your case is at USCIS, or your case is at the National Visa Center, NVC, or you are waiting for an interview to be scheduled, then here's what the new policy means for you. Your case is not canceled. Your case is not denied automatically. Your application can still continue through the paperwork process. However, the key restriction is that no immigrant visa can be issued while the policy is in effect. So your file may continue to move through the system, but the final step, the visa interview and issuance, is paused. This means you may still receive petition approvals from USCIS, requests for documents from NVC, interview notices in some cases. But at the moment of issuance, consulates will place the case on hold until further instructions from the Department of State or the White House. Group 2, people with immigrant visas already issued. If you already have an immigrant visa physically stamped in your passport, then the situation is different. Your visa is already issued, and as long as it is still valid, you are allowed to enter the United States and activate your permanent residency. The ban does not retroactively invalidate already issued visas, and there is currently no directive requiring airlines or border officers to deny entry to properly issued immigrant visa holders. The only caution here is timing. Immigrant visas are typically valid for 6 months from the date of issuance. If that visa expires, you would need it revalidated, and revalidation may fall under the restriction. So if you have a valid immigrant visa now, the safest action is to use it before it expires. If you wait too long, legal complications may arise later. Group 3, people with scheduled interviews or awaiting visa issuance. If you already have an interview scheduled, or you recently had an interview and are waiting for your visa to be printed, here's what applies to you. Consulates may still conduct interviews, but visa printing and issuance is suspended. Cases will likely be marked as pending or administratively held. So you are not denied, but you will not receive your visa during the period of restriction. Your documents and file remain active in the system, and once the policy is lifted, cases can move again without needing to restart the process. What you should do next. Let's finish with practical guidance for each group. Pending applicants, continue responding to USCIS NVC requests. Keep your case moving so you're positioned for visa issuance when restrictions are lifted. Issued visa holders, review your visa expiration date. If it is safe and reasonable for you to travel, activating residency before expiration may save significant legal obstacles later. Interview pre-issuance applicants. Attend interviews if required, submit documents as requested, but expect delays in actual visa printing. This policy affects only immigrant, permanent residency visas. It does not cancel existing cases. It does not invalidate issued immigrant visas. The main effect is a temporary pause on new immigrant visa issuance. This is a fast-moving situation, and policies may evolve. Immigration law is complex, and every case is different. So if you or your family are affected, you should speak with a qualified legal professional to understand your options. CB News, bringing you world news update. Thank you for watching.